I want to talk about alcohol. Something that a lot of people out there struggle with. Something that I struggled with for a long, long time. If you follow me and you've seen my testimony with the pastors and you kind of know my story, you know that I struggled with alcohol for over 20 years. And I drank every single day. I got drunk every night for 20 years. I don't think I missed a single day. And I think I would have remembered if I missed a single day because it would have been significant. Alcohol controlled my life. It was the goal at the end of every single day was to be able to get home to where I could drink. And it was a terrible place to be. Miserable place to be. So much regret and shame and guilt comes from that period of my life that I want to share with you how I got past it, how I got out of it, how I was saved from it. I'll tell you right off the bat, I could not have done it without God. Not even close, because I tried. I tried several times, to cut back and to slow down, but never ever got to the point where I could really even come close to stopping. And then in February of 2023, I was saved. And what came from that was lots and lots of new desires that started cropping up in me as I started to pray and as I learned to talk to God. Desires like, wanting to work out and wanting to cut back on alcohol and wanting to eat better. And the way I was led to manage these desires was to start a goal book. And I still do it to this day. I have a little, pocket-sized book. I buy them at Walmart, just a little tiny notebook, and I set goals every single week. I set goals for alcohol. I set goals for working out. I set life goals, like social goals for getting out in the world and walking my dog and reading books and, diet goals and stuff like that. Don't eat too much candy this week. You can have candy. I love candy. Oh man, do I love candy. You can have candy three times this week or something like that. Just stuff to kind of keep me disciplined, stuff to keep me focused, and it's rewarding because as you check off these goals every single day, you've accomplished something. You've succeeded, and success is contagious, and it breeds more success, and it just feels good to meet goals. So early on, as I started setting these goals, I first started with alcohol goals. And my alcohol goals were no more than 6 beers a day. That was week number 1, was no more than 6 beers a day. And so as the night went on, every time I had a beer, I would put a tick mark in the box. And 6 beers a day was my goal for about 3 weeks. And I failed it over and over again because I was addicted to alcohol. I had convinced myself that I needed alcohol to sleep. I needed it to function. I needed it to cure my depression. I needed it to feel happy. Those are hard things to break. So this goal sheet forced me to start becoming more disciplined. It forced me to start having some accountability. And not only that, alongside the alcohol goals were these workout goals, and I was finding that if I wanted to work out, I needed to be feeling better, So the days that I did drink less, I was feeling better, like I could move my body and I could, get my heart rate up without just feeling horrible. And it was great. So, anyways, as the months wore on, these workout goals kind of ratcheted up and up. More and more workouts every week, and the alcohol goals I ratcheted them down. So I mean, I get to a point where I'm at 3 beers a day, and I mean, for me, that was amazing. And this process was not quick. This took at least 6 months of slowly lowering my alcohol goals. But every week I would try and lower it just a little bit. Go from 3 beers to 2.5. Who cares if you're throwing away half a beer, as long as you're getting that alcohol goal down. It's not alcohol abuse, I promise. So 2.5, then down to 2, and always leaving a day in there where it would be like 5 days of 2 beers and 2 days of 3 or 4 or something like that, so I can have a couple quote unquote cheat days. Give yourself, just to kind of give yourself like little gifts as your discipline is. It's like your discipline is being rewarded. You don't say no candy this week. You say candy twice this week. That way, the 5 days that you don't have candy, you've got a day or two where you do have candy, and it's like, yay, candy day. So that's how I did it. And as this process continued on over this period of 6 months, I started getting healthier and healthier. I was feeling better and better, and I was relying less and less on alcohol. And I got down to the point where I was sitting right about 1 beer, it might have been 1.5 beers a day. And at that point, I kind of told myself, I think this is probably as low as I'll go. I don't think I'll ever want to stop drinking. I like drinking. I like beer. I'll always want to have a beer with dinner. It's all these things that you tell yourself, all these agreements that you make with evil that become justified inside your own mind to allow you to keep doing things that are bad for you. But anyway, I'll never forget the day, September 26th, 2023. I finished making my dinner, and I sat down to eat, and I said my before meal prayers, and I realized I didn't have a beer sitting in front of me. And I always had a beer sitting in front of me at dinner time, but I didn't. And I just kind of closed my eyes, and I said, God, is this the day? Is this the day that I'm not going to drink a single beer? Like, the first time in 20 years that I'm not going to drink a beer? I mean, how can this be? I continued, I ate my dinner, and I didn't drink a beer. And as I went to bed that night, I was scared. I mean, I was filled with fear. I mean, I've been relying on alcohol to sleep for so long, I mean, am I gonna be able to sleep? I was scared. And so, I pray every night. I kneel next to my bed just like a little kid. And so I kneel down next to my bed, and I'm praying to God, and I said, God, this could be the day, the first day in all of this time that I don't need alcohol. I mean, I prayed for sleep. I prayed for peace. I prayed to be able to do this. As I laid down to sleep, a peace came over me, and I fell asleep, and I woke up the next morning, and I haven't had the desire to drink since. It's the greatest gift of my life. It is so humbling to be free of something that controlled me for so long. And it isn't a situation where I'm depriving myself of anything. This isn't like, a willpower situation where I have to constantly be thinking about avoiding alcohol. I mean, I don't desire it anymore. I don't think about it anymore. It's just not even part of my life. God took the desire for alcohol away. He took it out of my heart and threw it in the garbage. I have been healed in ways that are so humbling, that I am so grateful for. And I'm telling you this not to brag. I'm telling you this because he has the power to do this for all of us. There are so many people out there that struggle with alcohol, and I speak with a lot of them. And a lot of them go to AA, and AA is great. AA will actually bring God into the mix, but you have to be listening. You have to be paying attention to what God is telling you, and you have to want to stop. You have to want to you have to ask God for help. But I talk to a lot of these people, and they say, so, what do you do about your friends when they're drinking? When they want to go to the bar and stuff like that. And I go to the bar. I go with them. And they go, well, how do you do that? I mean, how can you be around alcohol? I mean, anytime I'm around alcohol, I want it so bad I can feel it in my teeth. And I mean, all I can say is just the desire is gone. I mean, I just don't care about it anymore. And so that's kind of what I want to share with everybody, is that the key for me for alcohol was God and discipline. The goal sheets were not my idea. The goal sheets were part of what we've talked about before, which is the pull. I felt compelled to start goal sheets, and so I did. And they have led to amazing changes and transformations in my life. But the goal sheets brought discipline, and discipline through strength that God gives me has allowed me to be where I am now. God has healed me. He has healed me 100% from the thing that controlled me and stole life from me for so long. Almost every bad decision I ever made was done under the influence of alcohol. Almost every regret that I have in my life is from when I was under the influence of alcohol. Alcohol is a thief, and it doesn't just steal your health, it steals your life, it steals your soul, it steals your money, and it gives nothing in return. If you're struggling with alcohol and you want somebody to talk to, reach out to me. Leave me a comment below. Come to my website, heavenorbust.org. You can, I've got a contact page there. You can send me an email. It'll go straight to me. I'll read it. Leave your contact information. I'll call you. We can talk about this. If you have questions, if you want to know more about how I did this, I would have given everything that I owned to be free of alcohol. I would have given everything. I would have started fresh. If I could just not need alcohol anymore, I would have started all over in life, happily. And God did it for free. He did it because He loves me. And He loves you. He'll do it for you too. It can be hard. It can be hard to hear what God's plan is for you. It can be hard to hear what He's trying to tell you to do. And sometimes talking to somebody will help to add context. It will help you to see what you're not seeing. So I'll kind of leave you with this. You don't have to come clean before God. You don't have to clean up yourself and be presentable before the Lord. He meets you where you're at. He comes to you at your most desperate. And He wants to heal you. He wants to help you. All He cares about is your love. It's what we were designed to run on. It's why He made us. It's why we have free will. He wants us to choose to love Him. And He wants to give you everything. He wants to help you. And He wants to save you. I guarantee you He's trying. He made you for more than this. He chose you out of the world. Sometimes you just need to find a way to turn down the noise and listen to what he's saying. The devil wants you to remain enslaved. He wants to fill your life with noise, distractions. He wants you to make agreements with him so that he can keep you enslaved to these vices. Don't let him get away with it. God knows you're going to fail. He knows you're going to make mistakes. And he's already forgiven you for them. Don't give up. He's not going to give up on you. Thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you for your support. Be well, be blessed, and remember, always remember, God exists. I was filled with fear. I was like, am I going to be able to sleep? That was scary.